Hi, welcome to this quick lesson on making an event sustainability plan for a sailing event. And this is brought to you by Coastal Catch-Ups. My name is Sam. I'm a marine environmental manager interested in sustainability and water sports. And I have put together a plan for a sailing event I am helping with this weekend at my local club. And I just wanted to share with you what is in this plan and how I can go about, or we can go about, making events more sustainable and put a good green stamp on them and say we've done a good job, or we can maybe learn from what we're doing and bring it into the next event into the future. So like I said, this is for a sailing event. I see no reason why it could not be done for other types of wind sports or water sports, but I suppose this is a good place to start off because I suppose sailing is my background, so that's where I'm going to focus on. So I'm just going to go through each section. I started off the plan just like putting in a table with some key contacts, and I suppose in terms of the sustainability plan, the key thing is assigning a sustainability lead. So having someone who's going to take ownership of this and implement the things and make sure they are implemented before the event starts, and also oversee some things during the event and after as well, which we'll talk about. So the first thing is waste management. This weekend it's going to be pretty straightforward. We're going to have a couple of bins placed around the club, and have the general waste and recycling and also food waste as well. So hopefully they'll be used. We'll also have another bin for biofouling, the likes of seaweed, which we will cover in our biosecurity section in a couple of slides. But in terms of communicating this will be communicated in our club WhatsApp group, or sorry, not club WhatsApp group. We have a specific WhatsApp group for our event with the volunteers and competitors in it. So that's the plan there. And also at the bottom there, Plastic Free Initiative, we have a refill tap installed near one of our slipways, so we are also encouraging competitors to avail of that and refill their bottles rather than buying new bottles every time. And the idea of this is just to reduce the amount of waste going to landfill. And obviously we don't want litter as well. We have a leave no trace policy in our boatyard, so we don't want people cutting cable ties and offcuts of rope lying about everywhere after the event. We want them either take it home with the competitor in their bags, or use it or put it in a bin. So leave no trace, I've nicked that from I think it was like an outdoor walking campaign. So yeah. The second option, or second section, is about pollution control, and the area we're sailing in is Strangford Lough. It's a highly protected marine area with several environmental designations, and the main thing from this is from a risk assessment I carried out. Now I'm not going to go over this risk assessment in this video, but I can in a future video, and I can provide the template of that as well. And the main risk here is from refueling ribs for safety boats or spectator boats. So ideally we want refueling to take place off away from the water. So the norm is generally it's done at the pontoon, but if we have a fuel shed, ideally if that can be if tanks can be refueled there and then brought down to the boat, so we're not actually pouring fuel near the water's edge where it's more likely to spill and enter into the sea. We also have a spill kit, which the idea is if there is a spill, people will come to me as a sustainability lead, and then we can clean up whatever needs cleaned up. And since it's like the tanks, I don't know how big the rib tanks are, but maybe like 30 liters or something. You know, the spill's not going to be that big. It should be easily managed by one or two of us. I don't think there's anything else there I need to mention. I have referenced a bonded mat. We have access to that now at the club, but we have no plans to use it. I think if I was to use it this weekend, it would probably be more under the biosecurity uh, aspect of things, which we'll talk about in a minute. Uh, Food waste. Food is being supplied by local caterers, which is great, and volunteers making the food. We do not use single-use plastics in the catering, so we've got rid of that, and we use ceramic plates and cutlery, and we have glasses for the bars and reusable plastic cups if people want to drink outside, because it's meant the weather is forecast to be quite good. So we're cutting back on the single-use plastics. It's very easy to use that, and then at the end all you have to do is put it in a bin bag and bin it. But we're trying to get away from that, and I can't remember what I was going to say there. Yeah, it's very easy to do that. We're trying to get away from that, and yeah. So that's in terms of food as well. I have a couple of other ideas there. We do have food waste stations at near the canteen or the kitchen where the food's going to be prepared, so we'll be able to stick all the food in the vat. We don't have any plans for donation of leftovers. I think that's a great idea. We just don't have any. I don't think it'll be suitable with the food we have, so it's not like we're going to be having packaged food that can be kept for another time. It's going to be freshly prepared. So, but it's just an idea. It's good to have those ideas in the plan anyway. Section 4 is biosecurity. So when it comes to protecting our ecosystem from invasive species, so two things here before the event. We want people to check their boats for seaweed, and not just seaweed, but it's stuff living on the seaweed. It could be eggs or spores of other nasty species we don't want to introduce into the loch. So ideally we want people to remove this before they leave wherever they're traveling from, which we've reminded them in the WhatsApp group. If they do arrive with stuff on the boats, we have a bin so they can check their boats and dispose of any material caught on their trailers, or it's normally launching trailers with dinghies. So I say launch down the slipway, and if there's any seaweed brought in by the tide or whatever, it catches on the trailer. So we don't want that. So that's when they arrive. When they leave from the club, we want them to also keep any material that's caught on the trailer from our club where it is, so we don't want them to bring it back home to wherever they are. So it's just a simple biosecurity measure. I was thinking about asking people to wash down their boats, but the thing is, I didn't expect to have that bonded mat I mentioned, which would contain the wash water, because otherwise people would wash their boats and the water would then run into the sea down the slipway, which kind of defeats the purpose of it. So we're just going to focus on removing actually hard organic material caught on the boats if there is any. Most of the sailors are kind of racy boats. I don't think there will be, but it's just a precautionary measure. Number 5 is engagement and education. So pre-event communication, I've mentioned the WhatsApp group a couple of times, so that's where we post some tips and some of the policies we want to implement. So really the biosecurity and the waste in terms of using the refill station and using the bins is the key thing. During the event, I will have this plan on the event notice board as a QR code so people can scan it and read it if they wish. Now, the thing here is I don't expect people to read this word for word. It's not a long plan, but at the same time, I don't need them to read it. So what I've done is I've summarized, which I'll have at the end, into a couple of bullet points that I want volunteers and competitors just to keep in mind. And when they scan the QR code, that will be the first thing they see. So that's what they need to read. And if they want to read the rest of it and scrutinize the plan, they can. But yeah, so that's how we're going to inform people. Sustainability challenges, we haven't got any plans for this. It's a good idea. I just haven't had time to organize it. This event is a volunteer-led event, so there's no one getting paid to do this. It's all in their spare time, which makes it rewarding, but also in terms of resources, it's your time. You need to keep that in mind as well. Number 6, monitoring and reporting. So there's a couple of things here. The sustainability survey, we're just going to, I do plan to use that WhatsApp group post-event to see what measures people took on board, or did they find it useful? Did they find the actual communication of sustainability useful? So we'll get a feel for how competitors and volunteers found that, which will be great. The other thing here is waste audit. So we'll see how much waste is actually diverted away from landfill. That is a good thing because it puts a number on something. It's good to do it, but it's also good to see how well it works. The only thing is, generally you would kind of weigh how much waste is being produced and being disposed of in landfill. We're not gonna have time. Maybe I could get a scales with a bit of rope. I can't even remember, the scales you can hang your suitcase off. I have one of those. I might use that to weigh a couple of bags and see what the total amount is and what is actually being recycled and put to landfill and that sort of thing, which will be interesting, and again gives some numbers. Our club is run by a committee, so these numbers will be useful to report to the committee, and the feedback from the competitors, so this can all go back into the committee and also be worked on towards another event, so we can develop things, or if things didn't work we can leave them out, or if we want to try new things as well. So that's monitoring and reporting, which is an important step as well, but again it takes some time after the event. Maybe you just want to put your feet up, but it's really useful. This slide is the last slide, and it's just a summary that we have put together for the competitors to quickly read, and it's most of the stuff I've said there about the bins and the leaving the boatyard as you found it, and the refill tap. Quick message on the biosecurity there, just keep it simple what we want people to do, and like I said as well, we have that placed in the WhatsApp group so people know there's a bin they can use and stuff like that. I've also mentioned about eco-friendly cleaning products. Some people are like, when I used to race dinghies, people love cleaning their boats with fairy liquid and that sort of thing. So we don't really want people washing and creating soapy suds and then it running down into the loch. Ideally, we don't want that, and if they do want to do that, we want to use eco-friendly products. And then the last one there about refueling with the sport safety boats and support boats. So yeah, that's the plan. And yeah, I'll add this template of the plan on the website coastalcatchups.com, so you can get it there, download it, and you can use it, make it better, and hopefully this video helps you guide work your way through it, and you can make it specific to what you want to do or the event you're running. If you have any questions, you can drop a comment on this video, sure, and then I can get back to you there. So thank you very much for listening, and I'll catch you soon.